First of all, I want to say that I appreciate everybody's participation to the workshop. Here, we like to share some of the teaching materials on supply chain analytics to meet the job market needs or requirements. The sharing intends to be benefit not only our students, but also students from around the world. So here is today's agenda. Right, I'm going to start with the job market shift. We observed the trend of the job market is shifting from purely strategy and management, right, towards supply chain professionals with strong data and analytic skills. However, the analytic skills, right, demanded in the job market is not exactly what we covered in our curriculum, right? Actually, they are very different. And here I want to tell you some important differences that are either undercovered or completely missing, right, from our curriculum. Or then introduce the new curriculum, right, designed to meet the changing job market requirements. Finally, I will synopsize the various course modules we developed within the new curriculum, specifically on the learning objectives, so you know where these modules will fit into your course. Teaching effectiveness. So we'll talk about student feedbacks and also instructors' comments. And finally, I also want to share a few exciting moments of each of these modules so you get an idea how it is going to work in the classroom. So let's first talk about job market shift. We conducted extensive or comprehensive job market, especially job ends analysis for the US. For those jobs posted in 2024 and 2025. So the total number of job ads we collected actually is more than 10,000. And the data source from LinkedIn and Indeed.com. So we did the search for keywords such as supply chain management, logistics, procurement, operations, or production, and so on. And the collected data, the job ads, right, has been broken down into the following columns of information. So we have company name and job title, industry classification, states, right, salary, and job description. Now, job description actually give you tons of information, sometimes a couple hundred words, even thousands of words. So we further broke down the job description into the knowledge, skills, both technical and soft skills, and software required. If you look at job market distribution, right, the job distribution over different functions, right, functions in the supply chain, we can make two obvious or important observations. The first is we find that the analytics related, right, jobs actually has become quite dominant, right? Specifically, supply chain analytics accounts for more than a quarter of the jobs we find, of the 10,000 jobs. While supply chain management and strategies, this is the job title or functions that were popular about 10 or 20 years ago, only accounts for about 10%. Now, supply chain planning accounts for about 8%, right? So if you add these two up, it's still less than supply chain analytics. Now, so we observe a shift from supply chain management and strategies towards supply chain analytics. That's the first observation. The second observation is if you look at procurement, right, which is in dark blue, right, about 16% of the jobs on procurement, right, significantly outnumbered the jobs in supply chain, in logistics, which is about 7%, and production, which is about 6%, right? So there's a shift from supply chain management towards supply chain analytics, and also a significant number of jobs in the procurement or sourcing area. Regardless of the job title or job functions, supply chain job market, right, is also shifting towards professionals with data, with strong data and analytic skills, right? Overall, if you combine all the data, all the jobs together, right, analytics or analytical right, was required by almost 80% of the jobs, and data about 62% of the jobs. Remember, these are management jobs, business jobs. Still, a significant percentage of these jobs require data and analytic skills. The drivers behind the market shift, right, come from, of course, from the popularity of the information technologies, AIs, right, and so on. But the strong job or demand for supply chain jobs, right, come also from the environment, right, we are living in, right. Remember, since 2019, right, many things happened, and none of them, right, has a significant demand, a significant impact on the global economy and trade, right, which is under transition, right. Starting from the COVID-19, right, it is not only a global health crisis, but also put the global supply chains into chaos. I remember the shortages, the congestions and ports, the shutdown of factories and so on, right, all disrupted the global supply chain. And so after that's the Russia-Ukraine conflict, right? Because Russia is a global, is a major supplier of the crude oil and natural gas, so it generates a significant turbulence, right, on the energy supply chain, which cascading downstream to the other industries. And of course, 2025 will have the global tariff war, which is going to reshape, right, the global trade and supply chains. All of this has boosted demands, right, for supply chain analytics professionals. And students really love to see, the courses to cover all these hard points. Now, we have observed strong demand for analytics and data. However, what I want to point out is the analytics or data skills, right, demanded in the jobs are not really the same. Actually, very different from the analytics we covered in the courses.